Hello everyone. With this video, we will try to learn list. List is a data type in Python. Here in this program, I have tried to cover all the functions that are in the chapter list in single program. So this will be very useful program for you all. Let's start with that. What is list first? So list is nothing but sequence again of elements. That means multiple values if you want to store in a single variable that you can do using list. See here, my list is a name of the list and equal to sign square bracket. Square bracket here always specify because my list is a variable name. Okay, so only because we are using square bracket to store the values in this variable my list, we can say it is a list data type. If you use small brackets, that will be tuple. If you use curly bracket and a value pair kind of information if you store, that will be dictionary. So this is a list. So instead of my list, you can take any name. This is just an identifier. So my list equal to 10, 22, 30, 40, 60. There are 5 values initially we have stored in this list. Choice is one variable which is just used for the purpose of while loop. See, what we are trying to do in this program is we are trying to first display all the functions which we are going to perform in this program, and in that functions we are providing a kind of menu, that is one particular function, then two another function like this, so that if a user choose a particular number, that is for example 9, or if user is giving 9 as a choice, so this particular at this particular 9 index is one function which is going to execute. Okay, so this is the menu provided. Simply we have used while choice is less than equal to 13. That means the choice from 0 to 12 is possible, and 0 also, as in the if condition we are not including, so 1 to 12. Okay, so if user can go for any number from 1 to 12, and in this number is associated functions. So if user give 3, insert function will be executed, 4 pop function, like this a line, this list is provided. Okay, then along with this, if you can see, print, append, comma, now double quotes, append, comma, end and single quote. Single quote and end means because print is a function which has a new line character in itself. So in just to avoid printing one after another in horizontal way, if you vertical way, if you want to print your output in horizontal line, then you can use this. You can remove the slash n new line character which is in by default in the print, and you can use the space. So end space, append, end space, then after append will be display, insert, pop in a single line like this. Okay, now let's start with an actual program. That is, now program will be interacting with the user like this. Enter your choice. The program will ask user for the choice, and the list is provided from 1 to 12. So in case user gives 1, the first, that is, your program will go in the section that is if choice is equal to 1. It means first these two lines will be executed, and if the choice is 2, program is going to go further for the choice number 2 where if else. So here you are going to learn if else also along with. So let's start with the choices. I will explain you each function and the working. First function is append. Now see, if choice is 1, double equal to, because we are comparing over here. If choice is 1, x is equal to int input, enter the value. So we are actually asking user to enter one value to append. Append is a function which add a new value to the list already exist. That means my list 10, 22, 30, 40, 60. After 60, if you want to add something, then you will use this choice 1, and when you give that value, append function is supposed to add, has the responsibility to add that particular value to my list. Clear? Then if in case the choice is 2, this is very simple. Print my list means the choice 2 is only displaying the content of the list using a print statement that you understand very well. Now that is choice number 3. So in case of choice number 3, we are actually inserting a value in between the list elements. That means somewhere at a particular index, if you want to store any value, this is also possible. See, append is always adding the value at the last, but suppose you want to add in between somewhere, then you can use your function, that is insert. And in insert function, you have to provide value as well as the index where you want to actually insert that. So two things this particular choice will ask, that is enter value to be inserted and enter index at which the value to be inserted. Okay, both the things. A will be the value and y is the index. So my list dot insert y comma a means we are providing at this index store this value like this. Okay, then print my list. So this is only printing the list afterwards. Choice number 4. In case of choice number 4, we are trying to delete the value from the list, and for deleting we are using a function which is pop. See, there are actually 3 functions that you can use whenever you want to delete something. So which are pop, delete and remove. Pop and delete both work on index. So if you provide the index, you can use pop and delete, but if you do not know the index of that value, then you can use remove function. So remove function takes directly the value name, that means the element directly you can give. See the working here. So what is the difference? One more thing. So what is the difference between pop and delete if both are taking the index? The difference here is pop after deletion pops up the value and return it you can display. But in case of delete, there is no value as such returned. Okay, but the working is same. So here, this is the index I have written for delete in the comment line. I am explaining pop here. Element index of the value we have taken from user, enter index of the element to be popped, then my list dot pop and index. So that index, where whatever index you will give, that value will be popped up. And if you want, you can use a print statement that will display also, though we are not using in this example. Now fifth. So fifth choice is telling you, that is fifth is for remove. Okay, so here very simple. Now you know that we have to provide with the element that we want to delete from the list. So just our line we will be writing, enter element you want to remove. That element will be used inside the remove function as r. So my list dot remove r, and print my list value removed, and this way the value can be removed. Then sixth, the sixth is just sorting and reversing. So if you want to arrange your list in ascending order, you can use this particular function. You can apply this function on the object. Object is your list here. So my list dot sort, that much only will arrange your list in ascending order. And if you want to reverse that list, simply my list dot reverse. So two functions are very easy that you can use, and both times we are displaying also the list. Each particular choice is displaying the changes, so that when you run, you will actually see what execution each time. Now choice 7, when there is choice 7 list 2, here I have taken another list. Okay, that is list 2, just to show you I don't want to make a changes in the first one. So list 2 I am taking, and my list 2 has content as 11, 22, 33, 44 and 55. Okay, in sequence. Then traversing a list using operator. Now traversing word here means, traversing means executing each element of the list using a for loop, or taking the control to each element once. You know, every list is provided with the index. So if it is in a list has 5 values, the indexes goes from 0 till 4. The first value always is 0 index, then 1 index, 2 index, 3 index, 4 index, like that. So you can use a for loop to traverse. Traverse means to go to a particular list are provided. So always in this situation when there are multiple values, then the default indexes are provided by the system itself. That is, list 2 with 5 values will have the identity of each value stored. That means first 11 will be your 0 index, then 22 1 index, 2 index, like this. So from, if the length of any list is 5, the indexes or positional value will be from 0 to 4, like this it will go. So what is traversing is using for loop, processing each element once. Okay, so as if here you can see traversing for loop. First we have tried to find the length of the list because we will be using that inside the for loop. For I in range n, I in range n here means what is the length of the array is 5. So for I in range 5, I in range 5 means I will start from 0 go till 4. This is actually for loop means. And we will be taking help of that I to go to a particular value. That means print list 2 square bracket I. That means you now know I is 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So print list 2 I means print list to 0 element first, then list to 1, list to 2, like this. 0 element, 1 element, 2 element, 3 element, like this. Your for loop is going to work 5 times, and 5 times the values like this will be printed. The similar thing you can do using the for loop. Only the change what I want to show here is, instead of using the range is just using a number. Okay, you can directly point out or refer to the elements of the list. This for loop is showing you that for I in list 2 directly we are referring to the values. Here we do not need to mention any number, how many times a for loop will use. For loop will be working as the number of element present in the list. So for I in list, simple meaning is this is a pointer. We are pointing out to first particular value of the list, then second, then third, then fourth and fifth. And I is actually the value element. So print I means directly the first value, then second value, third value, like this all the 5 values will be added. Now why am I using end here is because print has in itself new line character as I explained you. So if you don't want to print in a different lines, that means vertically, if you don't want your output, always use end and the space. So then the escape sequence will be taken space. Then choice number 8. In choice number 8, we have the function that is concatenation and repetition. Concatenation means adding two lists. So to just explain you, I have again taken new list that is with name first and second. So first 60, 70, two values, second list that is 90, 20, two values. Okay. Now I am writing a very simple statement that is nothing difficult for you to understand. Print first plus second. You know this, the first value first two values of the first list will come plus then the second. So the list that will be displayed will be 60, 70, 90 and 20. Very simple. Similarly, there is an operator that you can use which is for repetition. As number of time you want a list to be repeated, you can use a multiplication sign and the number of time you want. For example, here I am using print first list twice, that means into 2. So twice 60, 70, 60, 70, like this four values will come on the screen. Now in case of choice 9, that is, this is a count function, and the purpose of using count function is to know how many times a particular element is present in the list, or you can say the number of occurrence of a particular value in the list. That means if we are writing my list dot count 10, I don't want to count the 10 values, but I want to count how many times this 10 is present in the list. One time, two time, like this. Okay. So here, because we know in our previous list 10 is one time only, so my answer is going to be 1. I will explain you when I'll run this program. Then choice 10, in that situation, again new list I'm taking, that is LST2, 8 and 9, two values, and I'm explaining you extend function. Now, extend function is a function which takes another list and add to the previous one. So my list dot extend list 2 means my list has already 5 to 6 values. Now you have to add 2 more values, that is in list 2. Okay, so list 1 plus list 2 actually here, and then it is going to display the change. Then choice number 11, this is very simple. These are aggregate functions. That means these functions will return a single value answer, max, min, and sum. The max is going to find out the maximum value which is present in the list, and minimum is going to find the minimum value, okay, the least value that is there. And sum will find the sum of all the elements, all the values present in the list, the total of all the values, okay, sum of that, like that. Then 12 is a very important function which is slicing. Many times you will be using later in the program. Slicing means slicing, as a cake is being sliced or something is being sliced. The same way you can slice a particular part of the list and you can display. Okay, so how we can go with that is, there is a syntax of slicing. Always we write like this: print from list 5 to square bracket any particular number colon another number. So the first number will tell you the starting point, and the second parameter is going to tell you the end point, but the end is excluded. Excluded here means, if I write 2 and here 4, that means I mean take from 2 index, go for 3 also, but not for 4. Okay, so that means in that situation what will come, what is 2 index, 0, 1 to 50, and 3 index is 60, so only 50 and 60 will come on the screen. Okay, fourth index will not be included. Similarly, if I don't use here anything, then it will go till end, starting from 2 index go till last. Okay, this slice function I will explain you in strings chapter, okay, in detail. And the last one is, the last choice is nothing, that is thank you. It means simply 13 we are not adding in our list as exit function or something. Simply this will conclude here. Okay, writing thanks and exit, that will be in the situation. Not even not only if 13 is there, anything other than 1 to 12 is being entered as a choice by the user, the program has to stop. Okay, that's why I'm not using 13 as a choice. Okay, it's free from there. And at the last, thanks for using the program. Let me run my program and I will explain you now how does it work. So if you can see here, now your program will be executed, and one by one we will try to execute each particular choice. That means from 1 to 12 we will give all the choices here. See why this time is being taken. The program that we write is always in source code, and we actually change it to object code. So this is what is happening, is being changed to object code. Now if you can see here, this is the list that we created. Welcome to my list program, append, display, insert, everything is there. Now I'm starting to run it because we have short of time now. One, enter the value that you want to append in the list. I am giving the value to append as 70, suppose. So now my list, in my list 70 is added, but I want to see my change, so I'm choosing list number from the list, option number 2. So my list 70, see here 70 is added. Now I'm going for choice number 3. Choice number 3 was to insert a value at a particular index. Suppose we want to insert at 3 index. 3 index means where we have 40 right now. At this particular point we want to add 90, suppose. So at 3 index, first enter value to be inserted. So I am giving 90 as a value, and now I am telling where to use it at 3 index. See, 10, 22, 30, 90 is added. Okay, now I am going for my choice number 4. My choice number 4. Okay, here enter index of the element you want to pop. So here we will be providing with the index of the particular value. Suppose we want to pop up 60 from the list. So what is the index there? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. So I'm giving 5. I want to see 10, 22, 30, 90, 40 and 60 is being removed from there, and I explained you pop and delete work the same way on indexes, remove work on the element. Now our next choice is going to be remove function. So for remove function we need to give directly the value, that is 30. Suppose I want to remove from the list. Here you can see the change, 10, 22, 90, 40 and 70. The 30 is removed. Now choice number 6, let's see which is the function there in choice number 6. Sorted list. As I told you, you can arrange your list. So here the list is being arranged 10, 22, 40, 70, 90. And if you want that list in reverse order, you can go with this reverse function which is there, 90, 70, 40, 22 and 10, like this. Clear? Now next is 7, choice number 7, which was traversing using for loop. Traversing using for loop, we printed twice. Once we printed using range, another time we printed using directly referring to the element with the elements. Okay, so there will, in the display there will be no change, output is going to remain same. See here, 11, 22, 33, 44, 55 in both the cases. Simple meaning is as per your choice or wherever you are comfortable with, you can use a number as a length of the list in range, or directly to the list you can assign your reference at, or the control directly. Okay, so 7 is over. Now 8, the 8 function is concatenation repetition. We had a new list there, if I remember, that was 60, 70. Okay, and another list also. So in the first case, concatenation means using a plus sign, list number 1, list number 2, that is first and second added, and repetition means first into twice, 60, 70 two times. Enter. If you can see there, 60, 70 first list, 90, 20 second list, so both are printed together. And in the repetition process, 60, 70, 60, 70 twice, because we try to repeat. Okay, and here I have written the explanation for you, that is first plus second, then first into 2, like that. So the eighth choice also we have seen. Now 9, I told you that is count, and we had already given a fixed value, that is 10. We wanted to count how many times 10 was present in the list, and we know 10 was present one time only. See above there. So my choice 9, if I give and press enter, the answer is 1. One time 10 is present. This is the list. 10, 22, 90, 40, 70 was the list where we are actually applying this function, that is count. Okay, now extend is another function or a method in case of list that will only add two lists. Okay, there, listen, what is the difference here is, concatenation is not storing value. Concatenation is one list plus another list only for the purpose of display, but extend is actually making a change in the memory and storing, combining the two strings, storing with one single name is extend. So if list number 1 extend bracket list number 2, in first one we are adding the second one. What is the choice? That is 10. So in case of 10, if you could see, I have written here the explanation, 90, 70, 40, 22, 10 was already in the list. Now we are adding only 8 and 9, extended with the second two elements, 8 and 9 we are adding to show you this working of the function. 11th choice is something very easy, that is, from the list on which we are applying these functions, sum, max, min will tell you the total sum, maximum value and minimum value. See here, maximum value is 90 in the list, minimum value is 8, and sum of all the values is 249 as that particular time when we are running this program. Here whatever changes we did, and then this is the total coming up. Then 12 was slicing, if you remember the last function slicing. I had given from 2 index till n, so these are my values from 2 index till n. There were 3 at the last, so all the 3 values are here, and slicing we will cover later on. So I hope you have understood everything. Again, enter your choices coming, where we have already 1 to 12 we have executed all the choice. So you can give 13, you can give anything else other than 1 to 12 will end up your program. Clear? As here I am giving 15, end. Okay, thank you. Like this the program ends up here.